Hey, Tivies! It's Psychic Bob. Ooh, it's good to be here with you tonight. Welcome. Welcome to Thursday night. If you're new here, by the way, welcome. Make sure to hit subscribe, be part of our channel. We would love to have you here. For those of you who don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. My name is Bob Hickman, also known as Psychic Bob. And welcome to our seance tonight. Every Thursday night, we gather here and we open the door to the other side. I'm a medium and I come out of the Spiritualist church background. And in the Spiritualist church, we used to gather and hold seances. And a seance is where you gather and then the spirit will usually come through a medium and deliver messages to people. It's called trance channeling is the modern word. It used to be called trance mediumship. Spirit control is another term. So tonight we're going to gather and we're going to do like an old time spiritualist seance. And if you were at my house, well, I'd have us all just gather and we'd form a circle in chairs. And, I'm going to trance, see what happens. So, it's wonderful because you can virtually have a seance now. So even though you're not actually physically in my home, you're here in your mind and heart and spirit, and that's just as good. So I want you to pull up your chair to your computer and, just imagine that you're actually here and we're going to hold a seance. And before I do that, though, I gotta deal with something. Some of you were here last night at the show. By the way, I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to last night's show. If you weren't here, you missed it. We had a great time on Wiccan Wednesday, and we answered magical questions. We talked about Wiccan traditions. We talked about the Horn God, magical charms, all that sort of stuff. And if you like Wicca, make sure to join us this next Wednesday because we're going to have a little video on cord magic, how to do cord magic. So make sure to join us. But in the meantime, we got a lot going on here, spiritual. So last night, we had a little talk with Lamb Chop. By the way, Lamb Chop is in hiding today because he knows what's coming. Many of you heard last night that Lamb Chop, my little pet lamb, has decided to break up with Baba Rain, his girlfriend, because he met a girl in England. And I'm going to have to be the one to tell Baba Rain tonight. Lamb Chop's just not, he doesn't know how to handle it. So I'm going to have to get involved. Baba Rain's just over in the next room. So let me see if I can bring her in. Baba Rain, would you come in here, please? I need to talk to you. Come on. There you go. Hello, honey. There you. Yes, come on up here. This is Baba Rain, for those of you who don't know her. She's Lamb Chop's girlfriend. How are you tonight, Baba Rain? You okay? Yeah, look at you. Look awful pretty today. Oh, you're a little shy of all the people. Well, listen, honey, we got to have a little talk, okay? Yeah, your ears look beautiful. Did you just have them cleaned? Yeah, and you got sheared today. It looks great. Now, I had to tell you something, Baba Rain. Lamb Chop, well, he's going away on a trip. Well, yes, actually, he's going to England. No. Well, just calm down, honey. You're not going to be able to go on this trip to England with him. Well, oh gosh, how am I gonna tell her? Baba Rain, there's some things I need to tell you now. Lamb Chop, oh gosh, there's no easy way to tell her. Lamb Chop's going to England. I'm sorry to tell you, he met another girl. Now just calm down, honey. Listen. No, you can't go to England with him because there's another girl he wants to start dating, and he's asked me to break the news to you. Oh, now come here, honey. Listen. Well, no, you can't go to England, but I've made some plans for you to help you have a better time. Do you remember your dear friend Kim Osborne? She lives in South Carolina. Remember, you came from South Carolina years ago. You were born there. Well, Kim Osborne's asking if you'd like to come and stay with her. She has a wonderful field outside in her backyard, and it's plenty of grass, and you can graze all day. Now, don't cry, honey. Listen, you're going to love being in South Carolina with Kim Osborne. What's that? Why did Lamb Chop leave you? Well, you know how those wild sheep men are. They just don't have any control. And I'm so sorry to have to break your heart with this news. What's that? You're not that upset. I thought you would be devastated. You're a little sad, but what? You have a confession to make. What's that? You'd love to go to South Carolina because what? There's a guy in South Carolina you've been texting with. And he's really nice looking. Oh, he's a ram. He's a little older sheep. And he has big horns. Well, that's true. Lamb Chop's horns never really budded out. And you think those horns are sexy. So you'd like to go to South Carolina then? Which part is he at? Oh, well, that's right by Kim's house. Well, if you go to stay with Aunt Kim, then you can see that ram. He's practically only about a mile away. So you're not devastated. Lamb Chop's met a girl in England. And you actually think you're ready to meet a new guy. Well, this is going to work out nicely then, so no hurt feelings. All right. Well, listen, sugar, I'm going to go. I got to do a seance, but I'm going to let you sit over there on that little chair and you can watch, okay? Well, you took it better than I thought. Kim Osborne, listen, Baba Rain wants to come and stay with you. She's got one of your neighbors down the road has a big ram she's been texting with. Of course, you can use my phone and do some FaceTime with the ram. Okay. Well, we'll talk about that for tomorrow. Okay. There you go. All right. Listen, go over there and sit on that chair. All right. Yeah, that's the YouTube. Look, everybody's here. Oh, there's Lynn. You want to see everybody? There's Lynn is here. There's Baroness Colbob's our moderator. There's Amsterdam. So Robin Boston's here. There's Denise Welch is here. Lady Jane of the Earl Grey Tea Tribe. Angela Prayer Poems. Amy Radcliffe. Lady Bree. Golly gee, there's Sherman Freeman's here. Robert Stevens. And gosh, isn't it great? Amsterdam. So everybody's here. All right. Well, go over there and sit in that chair and you can watch the seance, okay? And you're sure you're okay? Well, it worked out good then, so everybody's happy. All right. Well, listen, go over there. All right. There you go. Oh, we got through that. Looks like she met another guy. Oh, well, I guess they're both going their own ways. Lamb Chop's going to England. She's going to South Carolina with Kim Osborne. Kim, you got somebody coming to stay in your backfield. Well, I'm glad you guys are here. Now, we're going to have our seance. I had to get that out of the way. And by the way, real quick announcements. This Saturday, make sure to register. So there are a few places up for psychic development class. We would love to have you join us, okay? So if you're interested in that, come join us. This Sunday, we're also doing Psychic Bob's Inner Circle. So if you're interested in that, come and see us as well. I think we're doing personal help open forum, psychic help open forum. So if you have been dealing with an issue and you need some psychic help, why don't you come to Sunday's Inner Forum? It's limited to only 10 people, and you can bring your questions and I will answer your questions. It's a lot more in depth than what you get on YouTube during our shows because there's only 10 people, not hundreds of people. And I'll give you some in-depth psychic help. So come to our Psychic Help Open Forum this Sunday. We would love to have you there. Now, the open forum is not on my website. So if you want to be in it, shoot me an email. Go to my website at PsychicBob.com. There's a forum there and say, I want to be in Inner Circle. The price is $50. It's going to be Sunday at 12 o'clock from 12 till 2. And again, only 10 people. It's an Inner Circle. And in that, I tell you the truth, stuff I can't talk about on YouTube, what's really coming, my prophecies for what's going on in the world at large, and I answer your questions. So the open forum is a chance, maybe even having a recurring dream and you just can't figure it out. Bring that to the forum. I'll help you understand that. Maybe you have been struggling with your psychic development. You want to figure out why you're having blocks. Bring that. It can be literally anything. Maybe your job is driving you crazy and you don't know if it's time to change or if you should wait. Bring that. I'm going to help you guys with whatever you're working with, whatever you're struggling with, whatever you're celebrating. Maybe you have good things and you want to understand more about the next step. Bring that. Come to our open forum. So it's 10 people. It's an afternoon of me helping you with your issues. Love to have you. Saturday is going to be psychic development class. Now, Saturday is on my website. The psychic development class on Saturday, 12 o'clock. We're going to teach how to channel and draw spirit faces, how to capture images of people's spirit guides or relatives or loved ones or spirit people. So if you're interested in learning how to channel imagery of spirit, come to our Saturday class. That class is only $30. It's limited to 30 people. It's going to be Saturday from 12 till 2. See Baroness Kolobov's in the chat if you have any problems, okay? Perfect. Also, I thought I would show you my newest piece of jewelry. You know, I can never stop buying jewelry. I'm addicted. I just got a really cool pendant. It's silver. It's inlaid with jade. It's a jade column. Like, see the green? It's jade. And it's got a dragon in silver wrapping around it. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it's a dragon spiraling around a column of jade. Isn't that cool? It's kind of hard to see here. But anyways, that's my new jewelry. I've always loved jade. I'm a big jade fan. I love silver. And I said, silver and jade, I can't go wrong. So that's my new pendant. How you like that? All right, guys. Well, I want you to pull up your chairs. We're going to do a little invocation here to get ready for the seance, okay? So gather round, and we're going to see what the spirit people have for us, okay? And I'm looking forward to it. So let's relax, all right? Let's just calm down. Let's just close our eyes for a minute. Divine Spirit, Mystic Mother, Father, God, we ask you now to prepare us. Help us to open to the world of spirit. We invite those from the other side who would love to come and help us. Master spirit guides, teachers, loved ones, angels, all who can come. We welcome you tonight. Only the finest and the best may come. We invite the Spirit to bless us, to open our minds and hearts, to receive wisdom from the other side. We open now the door to the other world. We thank you, Mother, Father, God. We welcome all who come in love and light. So mote it be. So mote it be. All right. All right, guys. Well, in a traditional spiritual seance, we like to take down the lights. So we're going to take down the lights. And sometimes we do seances in dark light, sometimes subdued light. I like to work in red light, so I'm going to put on the red light. Mediums work in red light because it does not inhibit the production of ectoplasm. You're still able to see in a red light seance, but also you're not in total darkness and you can see the medium and what's going on. A phenomena happens. So thank you for joining us, okay? There's Melinda Tornace here. Hello, Melinda. There's Jenna Mosby says, my first seance. Well, welcome, Jenna. Jenna, if you've not been to a seance, just relax. It may seem a little strange. I'm going to go into trance. And hopefully, of course, I never know what's going to happen. I hope somebody comes through. I always say if we get even one person to come through, it's a miracle. So, I have to be honest. I can't promise anything's going to happen tonight. But we're going to at least give it a go and see what happens, okay? So thank you for being here. You guys rock, okay? All right. Well, I'm going to go into trance, and I'll see you when I come back. And if you've never seen channeling, let me just clarify. I'm in no pain, even though it may look a little strange, and I'm not possessed. What is happening is that the spirit people come in. They usually stand behind me. I feel them enter from behind, and they overshadow my energy, and they take temporary, and this is the word temporary, control of my body and voice, and they speak through me. I don't really feel anything, and I'm not present. So I just need you to know when I come back, I won't be able to answer questions about what they said because I'm kind of like unconscious. It's like I'm dreaming or sleeping, and I might hear a snippet or two, but I don't really know what happened. So I have to go back and watch the video. Anyway, so hopefully that will help clarify if you've never seen channeling. Okay. So I'll be fine. My guide Fletcher's back. I already heard him. And he's going to help us today. You going to help with the seance and be my gatekeeper spirit? Yeah? Okay. Fletcher said yes. All right. Well, I'm going to settle in trance, guys. I'll see you when I get back. I'm going to drink some water here. Oh, good evening. This is Fletcher. Give us just a moment. We've got to get control of the medium's frequency and vibration. Oh, there we go. You know, when we come over from the spirit world, sometimes it takes a little bit of adjustment. We've got to be careful because the human body is very sensitive and our energy is a much higher frequency. And if we come in full blast, we can damage the nervous system and actually injure a medium. And so mediums who do channeling, well, they're quite brave because they give up their bodies to us and hopefully we don't damage them. Luckily, this medium and I, we've got a good rapport and I know his body and he lets me work through him. So glad to be with all of you tonight. Well, I got to tell you, there's a lot of soul glow out there. That means a lot of old souls shining bright. And welcome to our gathering tonight. It's a great pleasure and an honor for us to come over from the spirit world. Whenever a medium lets us work through them, well, we feel very privileged, and we like to bring our voices directly to you. So we're here tonight, and we bring a lot of light to you from the spirit world. And we hope that we can take back with us a little bit of your light of joy. So, well, whilst I'm here, I also want to say hello and give a shout out to that lovely moderator. What's her name there? Baroness Cola Bulbs. I know her as Cola, but this medium calls her Baroness. And Baroness, want to say thank you to you tonight. This is Fletcher, and I want to tell you, I've got a little more control in my life than you think sometimes. Sometimes she likes to pick on me. Says, oh, that Fletcher, he does nothing but chase the girls. Well, I can't say that I haven't been guilty of it in the past. But you know, we love to be watching the pretty girls go by. But I'm on duty tonight, so I'll behave myself and be a good lad. Thank you for your service tonight. I think there are a few people will be coming in a little while to speak to you. But until then, let me step back. I got a lovely lady back here. She's wound up and wants to say hi to everyone. This is Fletcher, over and out. Greetings, my dears. My name is Rose. Oh, such a blessing to be here with all of you tonight. Do you know, I was just speaking to my neighbor Madge, and I said, Madge, you must join the seance tonight. And she said, oh, I don't know. I'm scared to speak to people. And I thought to myself, how ironic it is. During my lifetime on earth, my neighbor Madge was a spiritualist. And she would always say, Rose, why don't you join us for a seance? Who'd have ever thought that I'd now be inviting her to a seance? But there you go. So wonderful it is. Anyways, hopefully Madge will lessen her shyness, and if not tonight, perhaps in a future gathering, she will come and speak to all of you. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and I echo Fletcher's sentiments. Do you know, over in our world, we get very excited. The word goes out to all the spirit world. Oh, there's going to be an opening in the doorway. Gathered at the veil, they say. And many souls come to the edge. You see, between your world and our world, there's a thin veil. It's the etheric veil. And it is the separation of the dimensions. Your world and our world are actually very similar, except in our world, it's a higher frequency. It's more brilliant light. Everything in the spirit world shines with a brilliance you cannot imagine. On earth, your brightest colors seem dull in comparison to the brilliance of the colors here. On earth, you have beautiful colors such as neon yellow and lime green. You think of these brilliant colors and magenta. But in the spirit world, those colors, though brilliant on your planet, seem awful dull. The light here raises everything 100-fold, and your earthly eyes, I suppose, could not see it or comprehend it. But each of you have not only earthly eyes, you have eyes of spirit. And it is through the eyes of spirit that you will see our world. Many humans, when they first cross over to the spirit world, they are awed by the brilliance, and some of them are even fearful. They say, the light, it will damage my eyes. And we have to always remind humans that it is the light of the spirit that gives life to them. It will not hurt you, at least not in your spirit body. I suppose, and it is true, they say in the Bible, my vicar used to say this, as some of you know, I was a member of the Church of England. And my vicar used to say, read the passage in the Bible, that if man were to look upon directly with his human eyes, he could not stand it. He would be pulverized to dust. It is true that the human body is a different frequency than our world. Your world is the world of density, where things move slower. Time is different in our world in the sense that we don't have time over here. We never age. We never become tired. Our bodies do not decay. We never die. In your world, it's quite the opposite. Your automobiles rust. Your bodies wear out. Your joints become tired. You must sleep. You must eat. This is part of the human condition, and it is necessary to experience all the challenges of the physical realm in order to grow and to learn. But each of you, when you go to the earth realm, you have a very powerful mission. Some of you here tonight are wandering about saying, Rose, my life is nothing. I have no meaning. I'm just wasting my life. It should be better if I should just leave the earth. Oh, my dear, do not go down that path. Some of you here tonight are desperate and thinking, well, perhaps I'll just end my life. That is not the answer. If you cut your life short through, what's that word? Suicide. Oh, I hate the word. Gives me shudders even here. But if you should do that, you will not gain points in heaven, and you will not gain peace. Everything that has brought you to this point of despair is a soul lesson. It is an opportunity to say, what do I choose in my life? Do I choose goodness? Do I choose love? Do I choose spirit? Or do I choose my own self and my selfishness? You see, the human condition is challenging, and that is why you've chosen to be here. Now, I know some of you will say, well, you don't know my friend. They live the life of Riley. They have mansion, beautiful cars, wonderful spouse, all the money in the world. Their life is joyful. But you see, their challenge may be different than your challenge. You see only the outer world, but you may not know what goes on inside their beautiful home. Maybe they're in a state of despair, depression, anxiety. Oh, they may not show it to you or the outer world, but it exists nonetheless. Be careful how you judge in the earth realm, for your mind is limited. Over here in the spirit world, your mind is bathed in illuminating power. The light of God, the light of spirit, shines and gives you clarity of vision, of mind, of motivation. Many of these clarities are lacking in your earth realm, and so you struggle through your days. But this does not make your life meaningless. In fact, it means that you have challenges, and you are here to try your soul. Those of us who come from the spirit world come to bring a measure of hope, a measure of guidance, a measure of new opportunity. And we promise you that if you will call upon our world, you will not be abandoned. Those of us who dwell in the light, we operate through the mind of infinite intelligence, which is another word for God. God is love, it says in the scriptures. My vicar used to always preach this. He used to say, Rose, remember God is love. You know, I was a bit jaded in my earthly life. And I used to say, well, that's good and well, vicar. If God is love, then he can sort out my dinner party and make everyone get along. I didn't have much faith, you know, and as I've told many of you before, my earthly life was one of vanity, of selfish vainglory. I thought only of myself and my public image. And where did it get me? In the end, I found myself in the place of purgatory. Purgatory is not hell, but it's not heaven either. It's, how do we describe it? This is a place, a waiting place, an in-between place. It is a place where one has only oneself to focus on, and you become acutely aware of who you truly are. In the earth life, it's easy to be distracted and to think, oh, well, I'm this and I'm that. But if you go to the realm of purgatory, much of the divine light that gave you joy in your life is devoid there, and you're left only to your own devices. It is a sobering reality, purgatory, for in that realm it is a realm of darkness, at least in my experience it was. And I found myself wandering in this place of voidness. The Bible speaks about a place of outer darkness, and that is where I was. Oh, my dears, you don't have to go there. All that is required is that you try to love, perhaps put aside a little bit of yourself and think of others. I was shown in my own life review when I finally came to the light how many opportunities I bypassed to do good in the world. You see, I thought that my money was used for good, but really it was only for self-serving purposes. I sought aggrandizement, the applause of the world. I did have it all, my dear. I was very wealthy, very well known in the community, thought as a pillar of the community. I was also a member of the aristocracy. I was high society in London. This medium actually went by my home when he was visiting, though I did not tell him at the time, nor shall I truly reveal my identity to all of you yet. My family are still very prominent in London, and were it known that I were coming through this medium, it would make a lot of problems for him. My actual name is not Rose, it's a different name. And I had a title as well. I was a lady. But I shall not tell you my rank or position in society. But know that when I speak about life on the earth, life in the world, I have some experience there. But do not be as I were. Do not reject spiritual light and truth. My good neighbor Madge, who I have the good fortune to be with, now in spirit, so often reached out to me in love, and every chance I had, I spurned her kindness. And I paid the price, my dear. I found myself in that place that Jesus spoke of, the place of outer darkness. Well, anyways, I shan't beleaguer you with the point, but I do wish to bring these points to your mind, and I hope as you do not mind me coming and sharing these thoughts with you. Whilst I'm here, I should also like to... Oh, this is Fletcher. Give us just a moment. We'd have a break in the connection. The medium's fine and Rose is fine. It's just an electrical current issue. Hold on just a moment. Oh, there we go. Well, I think we've got the frequency established. Hold on just a moment. I'll let Rose come back in. Rose, would you like to step through the medium? Oh, there we go, my dears. I'm so sorry. Sometimes there's electrical interference and it shorts out our connection with the medium. But as I was saying, do not, my dears, waste your life pursuing vanities. Let love be your guiding principle, and then you will have joy. I do hope you don't mind that I share these things with you. It is a great honor and a pleasure to be able to visit with you tonight. And whilst I'm here, I should also like, Fletcher's given me permission, I should also like to address a few people, if I might. Fletcher, will you strengthen the medium's frequency so we do not lose contact? Thank you there. I should like to speak to my dear friend Angela. Angela, this is Rose. Can you hear me, my dear? Angela, I believe they call you Prayer Poems. What a lovely name that is. I wish, Angela, that in my own life I had devoted more time to prayer and more time to poetry. Do you know my vicar used to quote poems to me? And I said, how lovely. He said, Rose, raise your mind to think about God and spiritual things. Angela, I must say, when I step close to you here, your light is beautiful. You have allowed the Spirit to work through you. And if you continue in your prayer and your poems, you will do much good in the world. My dear, we know you've been crossing through a time of transition lately, and you've perhaps been feeling a little, I don't know the word, bereft, a little lost perhaps, a little sad. Oh, my dear, listen, I come over from the spirit world to let you know you're not alone. You're going to see, my dear, as we go through this month, a greater sense of independence, a greater sense of freedom. Some of those things that have been binding you, the expectations of others, that unrealistic demands, people taking your time, these demands will be lessened. You'll have a little more time for you. And like my vicar used to say to me, he used to say, Rose, get your mind into some good literature. Read the Bible, read poetry, read things that elevate the mind. I want to bring that message to you, my dear. You will have the opportunity to live out fully your name, Angela Prayer Poems. And we hope that you will remember why you chose that name and do give yourself time to reflect upon that and embrace it. You shall see that the month of March is the turning point for you. Don't worry about the financial stuff you've been worried about. That will be taken care of by the beginning of April. But for right now, my dear, it's most important that you allow yourself the opportunity just to embrace a little bit of silence, a little bit of inner reflection, a little bit of peace, a little bit of joy. My dear, I do hope that you will call upon me. Many people make the mistake of thinking that we of the spirit world are far away, but it really is very close to you. Close as a whisper. Our world is only a few octaves away in frequency. Though it seem far, it is actually quite near. And I should be very honored if you should remember me and call upon me in some of your struggles. If you will but say, Rose, come and help me. I shall be there. What's the American term? In a jiffy. I like that term, in a jiffy. I shall be there quickly, my dear. So do not hold on to your fears. My dear, your mind is a bit tired. And when your mind is tired, it will build up in your mind phantasms, fears of what if and what will they say. Perhaps so-and-so does not really like me. These are creations of the mind, my dear. You have a very powerful mind, but sometimes those with the most powerful minds have the greatest challenges, for they let their mind be their worst enemy. And in your case, this is your condition, my dear. So know that we come from the spirit world to bring you peace, to help you have a different perspective, a little more calm. Oh, my dear, I hope you will consider letting me work with you more closely. I should be very honored if you should say yes. And know that, as I said, I'm only a whisper away. And I do hope that you will not be off by my message, for I bring it in love to you. By the way, Archangel Michael is here and wishes to say hello to you. Angela, I stand in guardianship with you. I am Michael. I am the angel who guards heaven. I am the angel who guards humanity. I bring to you now my presence, my light. I bring to you my sword of fire to open the pathways that are blocked. I hope that you will call upon me and know that I stand ever ready. I stand at guard. I am your guardian and protector. Thank you for receiving me. My name is Michael. Oh, there we go. Oh, do hope. Can you hear me out there? This is Rose. You know, whenever somebody as powerful as Michael comes through, oh, I tell you, it's amazing for us. But it's a little difficult on the medium's body, so we must monitor him. Fletcher says he's doing well, so we shall continue onward. Whilst I'm here, I should also like to say hello to another dear friend of mine. Amy, are you here? This is Rose, Amy Radcliffe. Oh, there she is. Amy, this is Rose. Oh, my dear, so good to be with you. Listen, my dear, I've come in also to say something to you, my dear. You must let go of your anxiety. Right now, you're very worried, and it's putting you in a place of depression. And that's not a good thing, my dear. Your fears about the job, about the work, are simply that, fears. I have it on good authority over here from one of your friends that he is working in the background to open doors for you. Perhaps you know him. His name is Thomas, and I think we're going to put him through here. Let us see if we can bring him through. Hold on just a moment. Amy, can you hear me? It's Thomas. I'm here. You know, Rose is a good lady. She helps a lot of people. And I got to say, I do admire her. You know, I'm in my training, and they're training me to be a guide. Who'd have ever thought I'd have been a spirit guide? I don't know. It's not something I planned, I suppose, but here it is. Listen, I want to just come in for a moment while I can. You know, when that doorway opens from the spirit to your world, we all jump in line. And I told him, I said, hopefully I can get over tonight. First of all, I want to say you're not alone. And, you know, I didn't say it so well on earth. I wasn't good in my words. But I want to tell you that I do love you. And you're not alone. And I still carry regrets. You know, they say there's no tears in heaven, but I do regret the way I spent the last few months of my life on earth. I wasn't very kind to people, not just you, to a lot of people. If you ask around, you find out I was kind of well, you know what the term is, I won't say it, but I wasn't a kind person to people around me. I was kind of angry at life, and I was kind of afraid of death, and I repressed that fear with anger. Anyways, I've been learning a lot over here, and they said that I'm doing well in my training program. I didn't think I could be a guide. And they said, you had a pretty rough life. You have a lot more experience than you realize. They're going to train me to work with sick people, people that are kind of in a similar situation that I was, people with terminal illness, people with, weakened bodies, young people especially, because, I was a young man, and I guess, it's hard because when you're old, you can accept death. Maybe I think, maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but a little bit better, I'd say. When you're 27 and it's time to go, 37, 47, it's still too young. We had a lady come over here, the spirit world, recently. I was there when she crossed over. She died at 101, I think she was. And she come over with such joy and bright light around her. And I said to my teacher over here, I said, she crossed her as a blaze, it's like a firecracker, a blaze of glory. And they said that's because she lived a long, good life, and she made a peace. She made a peace with the people around her. She made a peace with God. She was a good to go, as they say. I learned a lot from talking to that lady, and it's helping me understand more about life. See, over here, we're always learning. So I'm in my training. And listen, I'm getting a new job. You're going to get a new job too. So let me help you with it. I'm working in the background. Where you are is not working out. Don't stress it. You're not going to get pushed out, but it's time to go. My goal is to have something lined up in April for you. I want you to be looking around. I want you to look at some advertising agency. I tried to tell this medium the other day, something a little more creative, advertising, some media, public relations. All of that be good for you. Anyways, I can't stay, but know in April we're going to get things going for you. And I'm real thankful for this lady Rose helping me and Fletcher. And I'm special thankful for this medium that he let us use his voice to come through to you. His body. Still don't understand it. They're kind of regulating it so I don't do no damage. But Amy, I just want you to know I'm still with you and I'm always looking in on you. I love you very much, and I never did say it proper, and I'm working on it. I still have some trouble with words, but I'm getting there. Rose says I have to go. I love you, honey. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Just remember to call me. Just say, call Thomas, and I'll be there. There we go. Can you hear me? I hope we're transmitting. Fletcher, is this frequency correct? Do you know from our side, we put our voices through a medium, but we cannot always tell if you're receiving it, if it's able to be heard in your world. So we thank you for your patience as we adjust the frequencies. Fletcher says I can continue a bit longer. So whilst I'm here, I should like to also say hello to another friend of mine. Baroness Kohler. Can you hear me? This is Rose. Oh, my dear. I want to first of all come and tell you, thank you for your service to the SEANCE work. We are very thrilled that our medium makes the time for us to come over to visit. His work is more appreciated in the spirit world than anyone can understand on earth. We hope that those of you on the earth, will realize the sacrifice that it takes for all of us to be here. This medium's body is used, and in a sense he puts himself in danger. Now, Fletcher and I would not let anything happen to him, but even occasionally we cannot control the frequency. And so it's always a bit of a risk, and he's willing to take it. We're willing to take it as well. And I think it makes a good partnership. But I should like to tell you, Nicola, excuse me, I'm from the old school, my dear, where we call people by proper names. Lady Nicola. I should just call you Baroness. I think that's easiest for me, if I might. Baroness, let me say that your time and energy, your sacrifice to support the medium, is not lost over here in the spirit world. And though you've been through a time of struggle, a time of sorrow, you're going to be uplifted. Not only uplifted, you shall be exalted in the coming weeks. Good things are coming. But don't let me spoil the surprises. I'm going to let somebody else come here. Somebody you've asked for. I overheard you speaking earlier, and so we have a special friend here for you. I shall let him come through. Baroness is quite a grand name, isn't it? You know, during my time in the Spiritualist church, I did read for members of the nobility. I had a countess come to a seance once, and an earl came. And it was an amazing experience. Do you know, King George V came through at one of our seances. By the way, I should probably introduce myself. Baroness, if you don't know who this is, it's Flint here for you. Leslie Flint. I do hope you recognize my voice, but as Rose was saying, we cannot always control the frequency, and our voices sometimes become a little askew of what they should sound like. It's complex things, mediumship. You know, when I came over to the spirit world, I was amazed to discover how much the complexity was undertaken by the spirit world to manifest spirits in my own seances. But as I come to talk to you today about a few things, and one of them is your own mediumship. I've been speaking with another friend of yours, Arthur Findlay, and he and I have a term of agreement that we should like very much for you in the near future to explore his school, the Findlay School of Mediumship. We feel that the timing in this next year is good for you. It's good for you to expand your ability. It's good for you to try to step into your power in a more complete way, a more directed way. You have a natural ability, my dear, but it needs some refinement, if I might say. And I don't say that out of disrespect. I say it out of respect for your talent. When I was a young man, my wife Edith took me under her wing, and she said, Leslie, we're going to make you a fine medium. And I said, Edith, I don't even think I can do this. She said, you have more talents than you realize. Arthur Findlay and I have been analyzing your frequency, and we do believe you have the great makings of not only a mental medium, but that of a trance medium, as well as a physical medium. And these skills, though, can only be brought to their fulfillment under the tutelage of a master medium. So we're going to bring you to teachers in the next year at the Arthur Findlay School of Mediumship. And we hope you will be open to our guidance and assistance. They shall see as we see your true light and your talent. A good medium knows a medium. And as I am a medium, I know that you're a medium. So I do hope it will allow us to lead you in that direction. Whilst I'm here, I should also like to say to you that we're putting healing around your mother. Your mother's energy is depleting and her life force is waning. And though it is not her time to come to the spirit, she's convinced that it is. But as she has more work to do on earth, She has things she must resolve in her own mind and heart, and then she shall be able to be free. We know from the spirit side all that she's done, the good and the bad. But like all humans, this earthly life is a trial, and we ask you to be patient with her. If you will allow us, and she will allow us, I should say as well, it's a team effort. We should like to help her make her peace with God, to find a better way to live out her final time on earth. And she will actually truly make repentance of her errors, and she will make an effort to improve her spirit. We know for you this has been a difficult challenge, but we invite you to let us help with this. And it would be, I think, for you and for all of the family, a great joy to be able to say that when her time comes to cross to the spirit, as you will know that she's being guided by people such as myself and Rose, daughters, so many of us here. We will help you to deal with her. We will help her to be a better person, to be more attuned to our world. So let us do our work. You don't need to trouble your mind with all of that, but I shall help you. Well, I wanted just to come and say good evening, to give you these insights, and I do hope that you'll understand the things of which I speak. Rose says the medium's power is a little unstable here. It's an electrical current thing, so it should not stand in his power long. We thank you and do call upon me. My name is Flint. Oh, this is Fletcher. Give us just a moment. There's a strange current going on. It's affecting the nervous system of the medium. Oh, there we go. Well, I think Rose is still here. Rose, would you like to come through? Go ahead. Oh, there, my dears. Can you hear me? Do bear with us. The currents are a bit strange tonight. You know, when we come over from the etheric realm, we like to say we're floating on a sea of ether. But like in the ocean, there are waves in the ocean, and sometimes those waves are turbulent. And so the connection between our world and your world can be interfered with by energies of the cosmos, I suppose. Anyways, whilst I'm here, I should also like to say hello to another dear friend. Miss Tommy, are you here? Tommy? Sir Bruno? Good evening, my dear. This is Rose. I hope you can hear me. Oh, my dear, it's such a joy to come here to see you. You know, my dear, the spirit world is calling you and your husband. And I know you're saying, well, Rose, someday. Oh, my dear, we're a little more eager. We may not let you rest till someday. We're calling you, not just I, but many others here. We're eager to work with you and your husband. Is Charles here tonight? He's not. I wish to deliver a message to him as well. Charles? Oh, dear. Charles, do not be afraid. You and your wife know your callings, but each of you have a little trepidation. You say, oh, I don't know. Oh, my dear, don't be afraid. The work of spirit will only bring joy into your lives, and I shall be there to celebrate with you. Whilst I'm here, I have a friend who'd like to step in. Hopefully this current can be sustained. Let us see. Fletcher, can you help us? It's a little irregular, the frequency. Just a moment, dear. We're going to try to put your friend through. Well, in the Highlands? In the Highlands. I haven't been to the Highlands in a long time. I spent a lot of my life down in the southern parts. But I met some wonderful people and did some beautiful seances. Tommy, do you know who this is? Oh, I think you know, lass. It's your friend Helen. Helen Duncan here. Well, I think you and your husband are a good pair, and I want to wrap you both up in tartan kilts and take you to Scotland. But the truth of the matter is that you're going to stay in Virginia a little longer, because the people there where you live need spiritual guidance. And to have that guidance, well, you got to grow where you're planted. Isn't that the saying they say? I'm going to be helping you both with your mediumship. And so don't be afraid. You know, during my life, I got a lot of persecution. People called me a witch. I was even put in jail, just for holding a seance. Well, I got out of that. But I made a lot of believers along the way. You see, on the earth today, Tommy, and Chuck, I'm talking to you too, lad, there's a lot of disbelief. And the work of the spiritualist is not done. And so we're going to help you do your work, but you got to have some faith. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Don't worry about the material world. Both of you got security and the work coming. But don't be too attached to that work. For well, the Spirit's going to get a hold of both of you. And you might find in the next year your lives changing to where Spirit is your focus. You're doing so well. Everybody over here is quite pleased with you. Well, I'm going to step back. Just want you both to know you're not walking alone. Call on me, say Helen. I'll be there. What's that Rose said? In a jiffy. Oh, there we go. Tommy, can you hear me? This is Rose. For you and Chuck. So pleased that you could come over and visit with you. Jack Webber would be here tonight, but he's out on a special assignment. So, Charles, do know that he will come to visit you this week, and you will feel his presence and his guidance. But he's asked me to relay to you a message that he would be here tonight. But he said Helen spoke for both of us. So know that you're not alone, and Jack sends his blessings from the spirit world. Hold on just a moment, my dears. Yes. Fletcher says I can stay a bit longer. It looks like they've got the medium's frequency stabilized. Whilst I'm here, I should also like to speak to another one of my friends. Marjana, are you here, my dear? Oh, my dear, greetings to you. This is Rose. I do hope you can hear me. Listen, my dear. You must continue with your spiritual practices. We know, my dear, that you've crossed through a challenging time between your family and your work. You feel as if all your power has been drained. But we come over from the spirit world to uplift your energy. Let the spirit world be your strength of renewal. Know that we can do wonderful things. But you must have trust in us. You must have faith in us. There's another person who should like to say hello to you. And so without further ado, I let her come through. Fletcher, will you help me put her through? Thank you. Just a moment, my dear. Marjana, can you hear me? The power is not so strong. This is your grandmama. This is Ania. Can you hear me? Oh, Marjana, Rose tell you the truth. You must let heaven help you. You know, when I was on the earth, I pray all the time. It is true, God sustained me. And when I die, people say, oh, she prayed to God. Yes, she still died. But they do not know that I prepare my heart to see the God, the beauty of this world here. You would take 1,000,000 days of sorrow on the earth if you knew you could have even one day where I am, one day in heaven, one day in the light. It is worth going through an entire life of struggle, of sorrows. Oh, now, we do not say this, that you must struggle and have sorrow. In fact, we want your life to be one of joy. And the rose tell you the truth. If you will embrace your spiritual life more fully than you ever have before, then you shall know the secret not only of joy, but of renewal in the body and in your mind, in your spirit. You know, I go here with grandfather to Jasnagora, the mountain of light. You know, in Poland we call Jasnagora. Here it is existed even more beautiful than the earth. And there we talk with the beautiful angel, the saint, Mother Mary, meet us at Jasnagora and shine her light. This light that come from Mother Mary, light of God, a light of Christ, a light of is the term infinite intelligence. I don't know this word so well, but it's a true word. It is worth any struggle you must have. You say, oh, Grandma, Nia, I'm so tired. I don't want to pray today. I just want to go to sleep. My daughter, granddaughter, my lovely one. It is worth the sorrow of less sleep to touch in on the beauty, on the light of the God. This light is give you everything you need. Please do not sacrifice. Give your life to God, to faith, to spiritual truth. I come all from heaven to tell you. I send my love to Mama and Papa. You tell them that Ania watch over, bring healing. Your father must keep eye on blood sugar, please, and pressure. Your mama, she got a pain in the leg, in the back, and arm. She need healing. They both need to be prayed for. I pray for heaven for them. My love, I send you all good wishes and love from heaven. Your grandpapa send love. We send love to you. I must go. She said I must go from body, from medium. Thank you. I love you. Oh, there we go. Oh, my dears. Oh, it's such a joy to be here with you. Letty says I can speak to somebody else while I'm here. The power's not very strong, so we don't know if we can get through it, but we'll give it a go. If our voices should disappear, know that we love you. It is not intentional that we leave. It is only a frequency adjustment. Where is she, my dear friend? Amanda Jane, are you here? Lady Lady Jane, I think they call you over here. Lady Jane of the Earl Grey Tea Shop. I love that name so very much. Do you know I have great fondness for that Earl Grey tea? And you know our medium was sipping it earlier, and I could smell it. I thought, nothing like a good cuppa, is there? Lady Jane, I should like to just first of all come here to give you congratulations. You have chosen the path of goodness and the path of light in a time when it is very difficult to choose good on the earth. Many people around you have been tempted by evil, offerings of prosperity, offerings of power. Your own family, some of them have turned against you. But despite all setbacks, my dear, you have chosen always the path of love. This is your reward, that you shall see all of your enemies eventually fall. The next year for you will be one of great liberation. Those who have raised their voices and their hands against you shall find their power weakened. No, my dear, we do not say this to encourage you to do revenge. No, you must let us handle it. Those of us who dwell in the spirit world will protect you, will guide you. Those who have evil plans against you, they shall not succeed. Please have confidence in our world. And if you've ever doubted that we love you, there's someone here who should like to say hello to you. Just a moment, my dear. I quite like me Yorkshire tea, I do. My daughter, can you hear me? Well, I want to let you know that I'm having a good cuppa right now, and I couldn't be prouder. I'm so proud of you. There's a lot of people who don't understand everything you've been going through. Yeah, I know what it's all about. I do. But I know one thing. I couldn't be prouder. Frequency's a little hard. Hold on just a moment. They say that I can't stay long, Janie. You're having some frequency issue here. But I just come over to tell you you're not alone, and your papa's proud of you. You put out some good tea for me. I'll be around in the coming days. Give my love to the grandmens. I'm sorry, I'm having a problem with the communication. Just know that I come, that I love you. We'll see you soon. It's your father. Oh, my dear. Oh, forgive us, Lady Jane. You're having some connection problems with your father's here. There's a lot of love for you. Fletcher says the medium's power is starting to fade, and I do hope you'll forgive me that I cannot stay longer. If we had our way, we'd stay with you all night and talk for 20 hours. You know, over here, we don't get tired, we don't sleep, but I suppose most of you humans would be saying, oh dear, 20 hours of those people, quite enough. But anyways, my dear, I want to thank all of you for receiving me. Lady Jane will work on the improvement of the connection with your father, and hopefully in the next week he will come through in a better way. But know that he's fine in spirit, and when you heard his voice, he was not in any pain. It was simply a transmission thing. He's doing well, my dear. No worries, please. But I want to say to each of you, oh, just a moment, hold on. What, Fletcher? Oh, yes, I shall. If your power sustain, well, can you give a little extra? Righto. Leslie Flint has a word for all of you here tonight. Just a moment. They said they're going to try to sustain the frequency. We don't know if he can stay, but we'll give it a go. Leslie, are you here? Thank you for letting me to come through. It's true that the power's weakened. When I was on the earth, I used to hold seances. Some nights the voices would come in very clear. We could hear them. Some nights they were hardly a whisper. I do not wish to overtax this medium's frequency, but I wanted to bring a message to all of you here tonight. For those of you who have wondered, will the spirit world speak to me? I come for you. You've not heard from somebody tonight. Hear from me. First of all, I want to say to each of you, thank you. Thank you for coming here. For us in the spirit world, it is a great excitement, I should say, that we get excited. We say we can help make an impact on the earth, that people wait to hear from us. You know, I suppose one of the greatest human anxieties in death is that one will be forgotten. Many people arrive here in the spirit world and they're surprised that, one, they live beyond the body, especially the atheists. It's quite a shock when they come over. And then their next fear is, and even though I'm alive, will anybody remember me, or shall I be forgotten? Well, I come to let those of you who fear being forgotten to know you are not forgotten to the spirit world. You may say, I don't know anyone, spirit. I never hear from my family and friends. No, if you're hearing from me tonight, this is my way of acknowledging you. It is not coincidence that you are here this evening hearing my voice, for I have called you along with your other spirit guides. The angels send out a call to the world to invite them. We say, the door is open, come and learn. For some of you here tonight, this is an eye-opening experience, I imagine. You say, I'm surprised I did not know that people lived beyond the grave. How is this possible? Within your very core, each of you possess a spark of divine light. It is your own soul. You are literally part and parcel of divinity. You are part of God. You are part of infinite intelligence. It is up to you what you do with that gift. You can grow your light through love and kindness and good deeds, or you can wither that light with hatred and selfishness and vanity and violence. But we come from beyond the grave as a voice to give encouragement, to ask you, please, we say, choose the light. If you should choose the light, you shall have greater joy. And so I come to those of you who doubt you are loved by heaven, who think yourselves unworthy. If you are here tonight, it is because you are worthy, and you have that divine light in you, that spark of divinity. It is your connection to infinite intelligence. If you know not who to call upon, some of you say, well, Leslie, I don't even believe in God. How could I commune with the spirit world? Commune with our world, and in time you may come to believe in this God that you do not believe in. You see, God is not particularly interested in whether you believe in him or not, but he is interested that you love your fellow man, that you love the world that you live in, that you try to do good. What you believe is not so important as much as how you live that belief. I invite some of you to consider, if you will, the teachings and tenets of spiritualism. Spiritualism is a religion, one that I practiced on earth. Many people in England, particularly United Kingdom, have great belief in spiritualism. In your country, the United States, where most of you are from here this evening, it is not so well known. But I come to remind you to herald the call of the spirit world. Anyways, I want to just share these thoughts with you. The power's going. Rose has asked me to step back, and Fletcher has as well. Thank you for receiving me, and I hope you will know that you may call upon me. My name is Flint, Leslie Flint. There we go. Greetings, my dears. This is Rose. Oh dear, the power's going. Fletcher says we cannot sustain any longer. But I thank you for receiving me, and I hope, wherever you are, that you have received some blessing tonight. The spirit world is here to help you. Do not be afraid of us. We are your closest friends. And like Leslie said just a moment ago, you'll carry within you that divine spark of infinite intelligence. Let that light illumine your mind. My dear, the power's starting to go. Oh, I do thank you so very much. Please remember us. Do not be afraid to call upon me if I can be. Oh, dear. My name is. Whew. Oh, hold on just a moment, guys. It's a little dizzy. Sometimes when I come back from channeling, I'm a little dizzy. Oh. Whew. Well, I'm back. I hope it went well. I heard a voice come in. There was somebody here earlier. I don't know who it was. I think it was Leslie. I thought I heard him at one point. There's Angela Prayer Poem says, "Yay, Bob's back. Welcome back, Bob. It's good to be back." I tell you, it's a strange position being a medium because, like, I go to sleep and then I wake up and I'm like, well, all I did was take a nap. Oh my gosh. Let's see. What did they say? Angela Prayer Poem says, "I got a message from Rose. She's so sweet." Ah, thank you. I'm so glad. Lynn says, "Do we pick our spirit guides or do they choose us? Is this part of the life path?" Honestly, Lynn, I think it's a bit of both. I think it's both. We choose them, they choose us. It's a harmony is created. Jenna Mosby. Hey, Jenna, you stay good. Jenna says, "That looks like a lot of hard work." It makes me a little tired when, like, right now I'm a little tired, but later on I'll be hyper. I go through this weird thing, like channeling is intense on my body, but then it actually makes me feel really good. Thank you, Melinda. Melinda says, "Wonderful show again. I love this." Thank you. It's not a show. It's a real event. It's a real spiritual thing. It's not, just drama. They actually, spirits channel through me. Angela Prayer Poem says, "Let's all manifest Bob." Oops, hold on a sec. I heard it. Lost it. "Let's all manifest Bob and Cola more of their favorite tea." Ooh, some Earl Grey. I love it. Scott from South Carolina says, "Long seance night. Must have had lots of tea to have all that energy." I don't know, but I'm glad it went. It sounds like it went well. I'm glad it did. I feel okay. So whenever I come back and I feel like my body's okay, then to me, that's been a good seance. I hope it was good for y'all. There's Sue Alenta. Hi, Sue. Good to see you. She says, hi, Bob. Bless you for your work. Thank you, Sue. Blessings to you. I'm glad you're here. Sue Alenta, wonderful fellow spiritualist. Hi, Charles. Charles says, thank you for the messages, Bob. Rose and Helen Duncan came through for me and Lynn. Oh, I'm so happy. It's wonderful. I have to go back. See, I have to go back and watch the video of the seance because I don't really know everything that happened. So I'm glad. Wow, that's cool. Thank you, Robin. Robin says, all great messages. Have a good night. Robin, so glad you joined our circle tonight. That's why Angela Perpum says, I'll see if Rose, I'll see if Rose wants to hang out in the new angel statue that's coming in tomorrow. I plan to make it a spirit resting spot for any guides around me and ancestors. That's wonderful. You know, one of the things that they encourage in spiritualism is make a little meditation area where you can daily talk to the spirits. You can put some candles there. Like you've got an angel. That's wonderful. I'm sure she'll come to you. You know. There's Lady Jane says, it's a team effort here. It was brilliant. Thank you, Lady Jane. I'm so glad you joined our circle. Thank you so much. You guys are great. Lady Jane says, my mom has a cousin called Joy Cola. Oh, that's cute. Anyways, I've enjoyed it tonight, guys, and I hope you've had a good time. There's Gary. Hey, Gary, good to see you. Thank you for joining our circle tonight. Jana says it's 10:30. That's right. You're in Korea, South Korea. 10:30 a.m. here trying to eat breakfast now. That's weird having a nighttime seance with the sunrise. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you guys are here. Listen, thank you, Baroness, for your wonderful work moderating. You know, when I'm in trance, I don't know what's going on. So Baroness has done a wonderful job. I know it's late. Gosh, I didn't realize I was under that long. Well, you know, the spirit people know what we can do, so I just let them run everything. Guys, I've so enjoyed it tonight. Listen, I'm going to go have some dinner. I got a full day of readings tomorrow. So, but be here tomorrow night on, what's it, Friday night? We're going to do live psychic readings at 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, same time as tonight. But I want to say thank you. I love you guys. Thank you. Oh, Baron says, my Bob brings me much love, me so much joy. Love you, babes. I love you too, Cola. Thank you for all the joy you bring to me. Well, guys, listen, I hope wherever you are that, you know, first I say thank you for joining our circle. And I do hope it's helped all of you tonight. And I send my greetings, my blessings. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. And we'll do live psychic readings at 7 p.m. here live at YouTube at Spirit Channel. If you're new here, welcome. We hope you identify yourself, join our chat, be part of our scene. So we'll see you tomorrow. Make sure in the meantime, if you want to be in on psychic development class on Saturday, we're going to do spirit faces. Go to my website and register. There's only 30 seats. That class I limited 30. We fill up quickly. So if you want to get in, go register ASAP. It's $30 for the class. Love to have you there. Sunday is Inner Circle, and we're going to do open help psychic forum. So if you've been wanting to ask some psychic questions, this is a great opportunity to get some psychic help from me. Bring your challenges, bring your joys, bring whatever you want to talk about, and I'll share with you what Spirit has, give you my insights as a psychic, and hopefully help you move forward on your journey. The Sunday class is not on the website, so you need to write me and say, Psychic Bob, I want in on Inner Circle. I only have 10 shares few of them have already sold, so there's actually less than 10 now. Send me an email tonight, and I'll put you on the list. I'm going to send out invoices. Probably won't be till Friday or Saturday. But you need to reserve your spot. Now, if you wait till the weekend, you will not get in. We always overflow on that class. So Inner Circle, Sunday, Psychic Help Open Forum, limited to 10 people. And I'm going to talk about my true prophecies of what's coming as well. It's things I can't say on YouTube. People in the Inner Circle get the inside scoop on things that, unfortunately, I can't always talk about here. But I look forward to seeing you at this weekend's events. Make it a Psychic Bob Marathon weekend. We got Friday night live readings, Saturday psychic development class. Saturday night we'll do crystal ball readings. Sunday we got Inner Circle, and Sunday night live psychic readings. So there's always a chance to get some help here. I hope you'll join us for all of these events. Anyways, thank you. Good night. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to go have some dinner and Netflix and chill with Baroness. I love you guys. Thanks so much. Blessed be.